Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Wednesday in the NBA. It's the Boston Celtics going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. And that'll do it from the studio. Let's get you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports broadcast crew at the arena. I'll see you back here at halftime.
And the players getting themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. Welcome, everyone. This is what you've been waiting for. The NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for the Celtics. And for the Bucks, Holiday out there with Allen. And inside out of Stanford University, a skilled post scorer with tremendous size, the 7-footer, Brook Lopez. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the four-man position.
You know, the Bucks were the last team to make it into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and part of the reason that happened was because they didn't really do well against the rest of the conference. 24-28 against the East.
Clark, as you were saying, the rest of the Eastern Conference got the better of the Bucks. Had they been a little tougher against some of the lesser teams in their own conference, they might not have had to deal with the heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade at midseason, too, going for J.J. Redick and moving on from some of their young players. And I think that changed. And, of course, the coaching switch from Scott Skiles to Jim Boylan. So they lost some of their momentum.
Now here is Holiday. Lopez up top. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Look, Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. One of the most important things he wants his team to do defensively in this game is to maintain pressure on them on the perimeter and not allow them to get into any rhythm or flow in their long-range shooting game. We'll see how disruptive they are, Kevin.
Doris, thank you. Obviously, Clark, the three ball is a big concern for any defense.
Well, yeah, it is, Kevin, but the upside is you're not getting broken down in the lane and you're not giving them free throws, but you still have to challenge those shots.
Brown with it, now guarded by Antetokounmpo. To the middle. Brown, good.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
I agree. It settles the team down offensively, and you establish success in the post. That forces the defense to make some adjustments.
Here's Antetokounmpo after the made shot from Brown.
Now, how exciting is it, guys, to see him go hard to the basket like that? I love it.
It's always fun to see, and it's one of the sights you can count on when he's out there, for sure.
Yeah, but you've got to try to do more to slow him down. You can't play him so soft near the hoop.
He got right to the cup using that screen. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Feeds it to Allen. And the pass to Antetokounmpo. Holiday. The second chance effort. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
I'll tell you what I love about him. His ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong. Even with defenders hanging all over him, he continues to finish at the basket.
That's true. And his spectacular shot blocking, something else to look for, especially recovering on the break. He can run you down and send it away in a heartbeat.
And that one misses.
You know, a big part of why the Celtics dropped so much last season was they weren't very good on the road. Ended with a 14-27 record away from home, which was by far the lowest of any team in the East that made the playoffs.
Now here's Brown. Just 5 to shoot. 0. Rejected by Middleton. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Antetokounmpo, light covering. The D got there too late, and he'll go to the line. And as you said, Clark, rarely can you win just over a third of your road games like the Celtics did and expect to make the playoffs. And had they played closer to 500 on the road, you know, Steve, there's a good chance they could have ended up as the 5th or the 4th seed.
Well, and in the Celtics case, it wasn't their defense, Kevin. It was their offense that betrayed them when they went out onto the road. They just couldn't win the close games. And some of it was just age and injury. But so many of those road losses from last year, it just came back to haunt them, and that's why they ended up with that 7 seed.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
Number 13. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Bucks leading by 3. Antetokounmpo gets to Allen. Outside Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Allen outside. The Bucks working the ball around. Stolen away. Number 13 rips down the breakaway slam. Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Allen, that's good. Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them. But many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the fourth quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team. And that's exactly what they did.
Here's Middleton. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Brown outside. Wide open look. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Allen kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Allen. Here's the 3. Again, Allen missing. Celtics trail by 3. He feeds it to Horford. 0. Boston again missing.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Allen passes to Antetokounmpo. The teardrop falls in. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. So Boston ends up going with the new group. Celtics trail by 5. On the wing, Brown. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Milwaukee with the rebound. Now here is Carter. Number 9. He's guarded by Williams. Number 9. True on the 14-footer.
Smart. Use that big height advantage. Get the shot off.
Well, it's hard to put a big man on him, Steve, that far from the hoop. I mean, he's versatile.
Back to Brown. The feed to Williams. Kicks to Brown. Shot to end this cold run. Gets the bucket. Brown's got 5 points so far.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Carter off a bit from Crowder. Back to Carter. Passes it to Ingles. Carter outside. Number 24. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Back to Brown. And again, Boston with the triple.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Bucks leading by 3. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
You know, it's always strange to see how a team will react when they lose one of their biggest stars. Last season, the Celtics were thought to be dead in the water when Rondo tore his ACL, but they actually rallied and went on the winning streak after the injury.
The Celtics making a switch here. A minute 20 left here in the first quarter. Number 9 comes up empty from 8 feet. Well, Clark, as you said, with Rondo and the Celtics, they would go on to win the next 7 right after his injury. And overall, Steve played better than expected the rest of the way.
Sometimes that's the way these things go, Kevin. A star player goes down, everybody else kind of steps up, and instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they use it as a rallying cry. And all those role players for Boston really picked up the extra slack, and I thought they made a great push to end that season after the Rondo injury.
He dishes it to Williams. Inside, number 36. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Right, it's a bruiser, Kevin. I mean, that's the main thing that jumps out at me. The size and the strength, the intensity that he brings. You can always count on him, especially in the paint. He's going to bring that muscle.
And every team needs a player like him, a guy who contributes each and every night by doing just the little things and doing them well, like getting on the floor for loose balls.
Now here is Carter. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Crowder kicks to Carter. Dishes it to Crowder. Number 9. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Number 11. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Boy, a big bonus for them to end the quarter as
neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
And you could see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
Well, the Bucks shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. The Celtics shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. There's the pass to Muscala. He kicks it to Griffin. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Milwaukee. 0. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 2.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Number 30. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. The dish to Crowder. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. And the Celtics making a change here. Number 9, defended by Muscala. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable. But last year seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
Come on, you can hit
First free throw is good. And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve, even though there was, it seemed, a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
And they take the lead.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
The Bucks trail. Pass to Antetokounmpo, down low. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And back to Minnesota. They were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now. Great job taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Boston.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jump shot, too, so they're really doing a nice job offensively.
And he knocks down the first one.
The Bucks actually made it back into the playoffs last season, but it wasn't because they were dominant at home. Only 21-20 at the Bradley Center. And those 21 wins were the fewest of any team that played in the playoffs.
Both good from the line that time. Well, Clark, as you said, the Bucks didn't offer a lot as far as protecting their home court. In the end, it could come back to bite them as they lost 2 in a row on their home floor and got swept out of the playoffs, Steve, by Miami.
Well, that was a pretty tough matchup for anybody, but for Milwaukee, a team that was below 500, that was near impossible. But look, it was a struggle for the Bucks. We expected that, but getting to the playoffs was an accomplishment. We'll see if they can build on that this year.
Back to Griffin. Defended by Antetokounmpo. Boston, no good that time either. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. It's Dragic with the drive. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Dragic has got his second basket of the night.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And you know what, Steve? We also have to talk about his shooting. I mean, the fact that he copes with tight D better than anyone is something to make note of. His percentage stays the same, and if he's wide open, he's automatic.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Griffin a screen on Dragic. Number 13. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. He has 6.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Antetokounmpo off the pick from Lopez. Off the pick. Cruz off the pick and hammers it home.
Well, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, you know, last season, I think, officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
Al Horford, he's checked in for the Celtics. Zero. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 8. And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but, you know, not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past. But look, they've hoisted a championship banner, very close to another. But it's just time to move on, and that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
No good from Antetokounmpo. Boston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Pass to Horford. That misses off the backboard.
I tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Here's Lopez, and another basket for Milwaukee.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. Get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And Middleton kicks to Dragic. And pushing it up, here's Boston. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's Goran Dragic.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 9. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. 0. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted, the aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Allen kicks to Antetokounmpo. Lopez, 5 to shoot. The shot's good from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 12.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
A minute 42 left in the first half of the game. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown outside. No good. And Milwaukee will come the other way.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Boston shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
This team is never afraid to get physical. I think they enjoy this style of play.
Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. It's intercepted. Outside, White. Hit his leg. And it's whistled a kick. And the Bucks making a change here. .112 left to play in the first half. The Celtics shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
Outside Holiday. There's the pick. Number 9, guarded by Horford. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. He passes to Allen. But they recover it. No good from outside. And here's Boston. They're on a 17-7 run. And it's White missing.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Fires it up. And the Bucks miss again.
That's one he knows he should have made.
They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. 0. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And that concludes the first half. Celtics lead by 7. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. A great game going out at
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And Steve and Clark and I are refreshed and ready to go here as well. Allen kicks to Holiday. Back to Allen. Feeds to Lopez. Working on Horford. Allen for 3. Gets it to go. Allen's got the first bucket of the third here for Milwaukee.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Picked by Horford. Number 13. Oh, what a great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line and try to tack on another.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them. A big problem for the Bucks last season was closing out games in the fourth quarter. You know, too often they would see their defense fall to the wayside as soon as the game started heading down the stretch. And as a result, they lost a lot of close ones.
Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. Outside Holiday. All alone. That's good on the jump shot.
You gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Boston leading by 5. Well, Clark, you brought it up. The Bucks defense would be solid for 3/4 of the game, but would just not look like they were supposed to be in the fourth quarter at all. Not sure, Steve, if it was fatigue or something else that got to them.
I thought one of the keys was they didn't have great perimeter defense. And so even though they were a good shot blocking team, they were constantly having to cover up on penetration. And so even though you might get some shot blocks, you're also going to give up layups and offensive rebounds. That was a major problem for the Bucks last year.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. White up top. He feeds it to Brown. Milwaukee on D. No problems knocking that one down. 14 points for him.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. Allen. And another three for Milwaukee.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
The feed to Horford. 0. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Bucks trail by 4. Kicks it to Middleton. Baseline J on the way. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
He's got one of those shooting strokes that never changes, guys. I mean, even if a defender's all over him, he just never seems to flinch. A great quality to have as a shooter.
You know, something else with him, you can't forget about his skill as a pull-up shooter. I mean, you give him too much room, and he won't hesitate for a second to raise up and spray you with that J. These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers. 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Here's Allen. And that one comes up a bit short.
Finally a miss, but still 4 for 5 shooting to start this third quarter.
White, good.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Right there!
And Holiday kicks to Allen. Lopez sets a screen for Allen. Lopez right side. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Really nice work inside there. They'll always give you a battle on the interior, guys.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. White against Allen. And White kicks to Brown. Clock at 6. That's good. Brown's got 10.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Outside Holiday. It's Allen on the wing. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. Hangs in the air. And again, it's Brook Lopez. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
On the wing, Brown. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Here's Antetokounmpo. 12 points for him. Antetokounmpo off the pick from Crowder. Carter outside. Fires the 3. Rebound Boston. There's a screen by Williams. Number 44. No good. And Milwaukee the other way now. Antetokounmpo passes to Ingles. Here's Antetokounmpo. Can't hit from in close. Celtics leading by 4. Number 30. And it's sent back by Ingles. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Number 11, defended by Carter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Number 30. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low. You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Connects from three-point range. He's got 5.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Carter drives in. There's the bucket. Good.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Outside Williams. Number 44, defended by Antetokounmpo. Number 11, the finger roll finish at the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 5.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Number 24, that one falls coming off Carter's feed. 7 points in the game.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Of course, they have to stay hot, but if they do, I think you're right, Clark, particularly if they can convert defense into offense.
Number 36, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
Carter kicks to Antetokounmpo. Good. Antetokounmpo's got 4 this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Passes to Carter. Makes the lead pass. No good from Antetokounmpo.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight... We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've just continued to shoot well.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
He dishes it to Brown. Number 36. Misses the 3. Bucks trail by 3. Outside Holiday. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That free throw good from Antetokounmpo. Boston making a switch here. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And the Celtics with possession here. They lead by 1. Brown outside. Deflects the pass. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. 0. Rebounded by the Bucks. On to Tecumbo's got 7 rebounds in the game. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Dishes to Middleton. 5 on the clock. Pass to Tecumbo to take the lead. Griffin grabs the board.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
And that one's good. And the Celtics lead by 3.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. A floater. No good from Tecumbo. Celtics leading by 3. Here's Brown. Good. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
Al Horford is checked in for Blake Griffin. Holiday attacking Lopez. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. On the wing, Brown. Defended by Middleton. 0. And too long on the shot.
He's playing selfishly now, guys. He's just trying to get as many shots up as he can. Doesn't look at all concerned about his teammates.
Holiday, the pass to Tecumbo. Holiday, and it's all evened up.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
The Celtics shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Tipped away. 0. Defended by Tecumbo. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. First one falls for him. Allen's checked in for Milwaukee. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Milwaukee with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Back to Holiday to take the lead. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Brown outside. Number 13. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Middleton kicks to Tecumbo. All 3 off the mark.
Well, ever since the second half started, he's been ice cold. Very little going his way right now.
There's the dish to Brown. Puts up a 3. Count the bucket.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Here's Tecumbo. Holiday dishes to Allen. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Celtics with the lead. The Celtics working the ball around now. Back to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Up top, Brown. Defended by Antetokounmpo. And it's good.
That's old school right there, and I like it. The fadeaway.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Holiday. He kicks to Allen for 3.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he's not helping their offense.
It's Brown with the drive. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Well, he's got a real comfort level with the mid-range game. I mean, he's got the ability not to let the defense bother him when he's locked into that shooting zone.
And if they continue to shoot well from the free throw line like they are, I mean, their lead is going to be pretty steady here.
That's not an overstatement. They've literally not missed a single foul shot this half.
And Holiday kicks to Allen. Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 20 points.
Well, that's just one make for him in the fourth. I mean, he just hasn't been able to do it for him scoring-wise.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Backing down is Brown. Number 13, guarded by Holiday. It's stolen by Allen. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Antetokounmpo off the pick from Lopez. Outside Holiday. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Pass to White. Lock at 6. Beyond the arc. Hits the bucket. He's got 20.
Second three-pointer of the half, 4th overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 8. 1:56 left in the fourth. .156 left here in the fourth quarter. And Middleton kicks to Allen. He passes to Middleton. And stolen by White. Number 13, Lopez covering. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Middleton. Good work defensively by Horford.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Back to Brown. Shot from 16. The rebound by Brook Lopez. Lopez has got 8 rebounds in this game. Feeds it to Allen. And Boston with the rebound.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
55 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. The basket falls, and that's going to be a blocking call.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Shot's good. Parker in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
Six to shoot. Shot from the wing. Allen with the rebound. The Bucks shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. And he dunks it down.
I'll tell you what, it never gets old watching him work, does it, fellas?
No, Clark, that's a good way to put it. He will work. Great example of that on the offensive glass right there.
Yeah, just blue-collar stuff. And then he put a little flair in the dunk.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Boston making some changes. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 8. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
Well, never say never, I guess. They just have no quit in them.
And I think you have to respect that attitude and approach. I know most teams would have called it a game already.
Zero. A three-pointer off the mark. So we see Boston get the win here. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.